to our fellow man, and of course, by extension, our country, right? Our nation. Good morning, special good morning to all those locked on locally, internationally. Special good morning, of course, to our brothers and sisters, more than friends, right? In Tobago, regardless of political persuasion or preference at this point in time, that that changes, that can change. Good morning to everyone. Let us keep let us keep in mind what our destination is, what our desire overall is for the betterment of our country, for our country to move forward. And I think in that understanding, we would realize that we didn't have a choice. We had to move in a certain direction away from a certain path. And we have to continue to make forward steps. Alright, so my short prelude, sometimes my prelude is long, and I gave the advice on Friday therein, and I said, we must live a little and enjoy what is Trinidad and Tobago as well, despite the obstacles and the daily fight. There's a daily fight in this system. Again, we have some work to do on the system that we live in. Apart from that daily fight in what we can describe as a rat race to some extent, we have so much blessings of beauty in Trinidad and Tobago that we should also enjoy. We still have that love in many sectors among so many of us that we should share and also enjoy. And in both elements, the giving and the receiving, we gain so much. We gain so much. So I hope over the weekend we were able to live a little, right? I hope we were able to enjoy despite the rain. Enjoy even the beautiful rain. I hope those who got more precipitation than others have not been too ill affected by it. A lot of cloudy weather as well, so you could rest up good. You could take a good rest over the weekend, which is gold. For those who know, sometimes the younger people don't appreciate how much a blessing rest is, right? Or you could have still braved it and head out to a little lime, to the beach, to wherever, share that friendship, family with others, right? And that's where we as Trinbagonians excel, and there's so much positivity to it. Once we balance it as well with our productivity, and that productivity, of course, is also essential. Balance. All right. I'll go into the news, but I just touched on what has been transpiring in Parliament. I just took a little look, and I was looking at landlord tax, not to be confused with property tax. And I was thinking, because it's a real issue for me in my life, and obviously my family, by extension, for my mother, who does not work, but she has worked in her younger life raising 7 of us. And, I could remember her anxiety around property tax. I could remember, okay, when they came for assessment, etc. She's considering, but I don't really earn. Yes, I live in a house which, thank God, you know, it has some size, but it could do with some repairs. But things have been tough. And where are we finding, or where is she finding that extra? Because you still have to live. You still have to go to the grocery. You still have to do this. You still have to do that. I can remember her thinking, I have to pay for this every year. From where? She's not really earning. Thank God, God provides. I'll just put it at that, right? For the children who are there trying, and that would have been the circumstance for so many people. You have something, right? And it is a blessing. It is a shelter over your head. Sometimes leaking, sometimes so much that you want to do to just maintain it because it depreciates in value as well. And it's just a place of security. And that security is shocked. Is shocked by now the necessity to pay for the fact that you have that security. And I understand taxes, and I understand the desire for us to contribute to the state, but I also understand how challenging that can be. I understand how challenging that could be. And then there is the alternative that this administration, the United National Congress, has brought, where in reverse, the people who are asked to contribute 2.5% of the actual that you are getting in rent, what you're actually getting from renting to someone else. If it's under 10,000, I believe, 10,000 or under, and 3.5% if it's over or 20,000. The details are there, right? I'll look at it. But it's fundamentally different in the sense that you're getting something, right? Albeit that you, as well as a landlord, have your expenditure that is challenging as well, but you're still getting something economic there. And then from that, you are asked to contribute. It is fundamentally different. And while I myself might be encapsulated in the second aspect, right? I understand, and I can feel that more and understand that more as something less onerous. And I could understand the fundamental difference between asking those who have, not just, yeah, you have a home, but it's also, but have some economic activity going on, asking them to help, to contribute. And I am sure that if the economic circumstances were a bit different as well, we wouldn't have to ask anyone to contribute. But that's a different topic on the whole. But as I saw that article and I read through it a bit, and I looked at the deadlines as well, And the penalties, it has some little heavy penalties because they're going to try to push people to pay it, right? I still went through thinking about the entire concept behind it, right? So let us understand where our society is. Let us understand the economic position as well. And we can understand and we know that things are not good economically for Trinidad and Tobago. It is challenging still. The revenue, the income is not there. And of course the expenditure is there. And I'm sure also working people, unions as well, some of them took that understanding before, some of them took that explanation previously from the last administration, and some will understand now. Of course, they have a responsibility to try to get what is best for their for the people who they represent. But obviously, it will be tapered by a trust that whoever is there actually has that care and is working in the best interest. It's always easier to be understanding and to compromise with someone who you can feel or believe is not against you, right? Whose actions do not demonstrate that they only care about themselves. You're always more willing to compromise. And that is also a fundamental difference between what existed before and what exists now. That working relationship and that attitude, that is different. And I encourage, listen to my words carefully, right? I encourage our leadership now, our political leadership, to continue to put forward that type of attitude. A positive one to all sectors of the society. All sectors of the society. So that relations between government and citizen can be cool and positive, can be in a framework of compromise, of goodwill. Right, so I felt compelled to just touch on that, and also, I would have to make preparations soon, also to pay whatever landlord tax as well. And obviously I do enjoy that. It is taken out from what I have. But if you agree to something, you also have to commit to it. And I can understand what is taking place, and I know many Trinbagonians have that level of understanding. And I'm thinking, as a landlord as well, all right, how much is it? Can I do with less, this $500 less, or whatever? Can I change my budget that is tight to manage without it? Or do I have to, right? Do I have to pass that on to who is renting? All those are the considerations that you have to have. What's the state of the affairs of the person who's renting from me as well? What is the cyclical effect are other people going to pass on to me? Because, you know, I I may rent from somebody and somebody rent from me. If they pass it on to me, I might have to pass it on as well, because if things get more costly, so all those things have to be taken into consideration as well. And I hope that when we do consider, we consider with a soft heart, with love, on every level. When we consider, I pray that we consider with a soft heart. The pie is not getting bigger, and the real mission is to grow the pie. But also what is essential is how the pie is shared. And what we have gotten and what we continue to commit to and support is a better sharing of the pie. Don't get it wrong at all. That's what we mean when we are averse to the 1% taking advantage and taking it so much. We must understand the economics of our country and look at it from a perspective that is easy sometimes to relate to. We take the break and we'll be back to go through the news, etc. Blessings to everyone.
And so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Everybody dreaming of that next winning step. From running a food truck, serving meals on the go, to a whole food chain where your brand start to grow. From staycation, long weekend, same beach, same view, to global destination, first class, brand new. A personal trainer, counting reps on the floor, to be a gym owner, your name on the door. From giving a little heart in the right spot, to donating hundreds to help a whole lot. When you play Lotto Plus, your dreams expanding. Take it to the next level when you start playing. Remember, winners always play Lotto Plus.
Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast, heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268. A Trini Christmas is the best when Lion Bran in the mix. Lion Bran's self-rising flour or baking powder brings convenience to the kitchen, so the work to make the food is easier and quicker. And for Trinbagonians, that makes the mix merrier, because we get more time to lime while we putting away the place or painting the steps. With Lion Bran mixes, your black cake, banana bread, and sweet bread eaten just like Granny Yoon. So grab your Lion Bran this Christmas, because our mixes make it merry. Lion Bran, the power behind our great taste traditions.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Merry Christmas.
Starting November 1st, we kick off the Parang and Christmas season right here. Ready to hear your song? Email us your request at street919music@gmail.com with your contact number, and you will get to shout out your music on the air.
Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from Kings Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. Get ready, Tobago. Saturday, December the 27th. Parancana's Lux Events presents Signature. The premium black and gold all-inclusive experience at Fairways Tobago. Early bird tickets are just $700 and are available exclusively on islandetickets.com. That's right, all early birds online only at Island eTickets. General tickets will also be available at Fairways Restaurant and Lounge, Pure Vanity Lowlands and Port Mall, Milford 24 Crown Point, Pablo's Argyle Main Road, and Jira Things Lowlands. Expect elegance, luxury, and elite holiday vibes from 5 p.m. to midnight. For more information, call 336-4355. Signature, premium, all-inclusive, unforgettable. Guess who's home for Christmas? That's right, KFC wedges. Fluffy, golden, seasoned just right, and only $15 for a large portion. It's the perfect snack for your Christmas lime, movie night, or that extra comfort with your meal. Wedges are home for Christmas. Only at KFC. It's finger-licking good. This Christmas is freeness for So with Flow. Get the gift of free installation with the Link Up or Link Up Plus internet plans. Or go big with the Link Up More plan and take home a $500 grocery voucher. Offer ends December 31st. Valid for new customers only. Sign up at the Flow Milford Bay Plaza store today. So let's get into the news and see what has been going on in Trinidad and Tobago. Top story, PM slams decade of neglect. Taxpayers had to deal with nearly $100 million in wasted medical assets over the last decade, and at the now rededicated Couva Children's Hospital. Okay, so as a positive development, the Couva Hospital has been rededicated. So let me try to get into that article a bit. But of course, some of us would have already looked on at the discussions around $100 million in medical assets, in particular medicine, consumables that were left to rotten, to expire, right? And a lot of conversation has been going on about that. Of course, people would be upset, as I am as well, to see wastage to that level as well. It's not a small amount of wastage, right? That is significant mismanagement of state resources. That 100 million could have been utilized differently. And of course, in probably the ordering process, you might overstock a bit, but to reach expiry, for so many goods to reach expiry is total failure. And we need administrators as well to take their responsibilities seriously, to be efficient, to be as efficient as possible. Same way in your home, when the budget is tight, you buy what you need, and you don't buy extra of things that you don't utilize to sit down and spoil. You don't buy, in that manner. That's poor management. Just breaking it down. And very similarly for the medical sector, where we have to purchase so many drugs and also other items for the use of the public. You can't be failing. You can't be that inefficient. So of course it was spoken about over the past week, and it was mentioned again at the hospitals, the Couva Children's Hospital. Of course, it was used not for children under the past administration, just partially during COVID and then shelved. So let me go into the article. Taxpayers had to deal with nearly 100 million in wasted medical assets over the last decade at the now rededicated Couva Children's Hospital. This, according to Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisesa, who also said yesterday that at least 78.2 million was needed for repairs and replacement costs to fully restore the hospital. And that's also another major factor. When you leave a building non-functional, it starts to degrade and depreciate, and then in order for it to be utilized again, you have to put in so much money. Even at the same time that you have a facility sitting down, it has an operational cost and it has a non-operational cost. Just while it's sitting down, you still have to secure it. You still have to have some level of lighting, so electricity costs. And there are other things I'm sure associated that I may not be speaking about. And you derive nothing from it, no benefit. So we have to do much better in managing what we have built, maintaining what we have built, and utilizing it to the benefit of the population. Speaking at the hospital's rededication yesterday, the Prime Minister detailed what she described as a decade of malicious neglect that left equipment expired, obsolete or unusable, even though most of it had never served a single patient. We'll take the calls as well. Good morning.
I must say good morning to you, my big brother.
Hey, morning, my brother.
And I must say good morning to Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to the international listeners, or to the Caribbean.
When you say good morning, big brother, I study about it now, but Trump is a big brother too, so that mean his family
All
with
his
Trump.
brothers.
Okay,
All of us
okay.
his brothers.
It's true though.
All of us his brothers. Who that does?
I don't know.
I don't know if allies or these people's Muslims. But he that a God if it's so.
No.
What?
No, not at all, not at all. And it's okay. I know I have cantankerous brothers as well. It must have wicked brothers in the human race, etc. too. But yeah, go ahead. You pointed me to that reality.
Ever said good to be in the land of the living? It is our next week, a new week. You always pray for the best, but yeah, after accept the worst, expect the worst. So let us see how this week pass. Let us see how this week go. Let us see how the time go, the hours go, and the second go. And any day, let's keep the hope, keep the faith. Some mightn't see it, some might see it. I post a post yesterday on my page. We have over 12,000 followers and 600 in a member. That's good, 600 or something. And I said, because I want to thank the individuals and them who continue. Many of people reach out to me like, you didn't know. If I was a counselor, if I was a minister, people tell me the problems are kinetics. You know what I mean? And sometimes I ask somebody number, I'm going to call the MP or the minister and say, this person from the area, and the person call me, can you assist them or whatever? That is what I guess, because I don't have no money. I cannot assist them. If I have it, I will assist them. So if they call me as a Kingsley, I will ask them what area it is from, who is the MP, who is the councillor, and if I know the councillor or the MP, I pick up my phone and I will try to get onto the councillor, to the MP. So many people can testify to that. I do that for many people. I don't come only with them, but many times I do that. But I post a post yesterday saying that there was bacchanal in the camp in Tobago. The PNM people in Tobago did not want Rowdy to come there. They say it's going to be damaging for the campaign. I post it up. I get over 200 comments on the post. PNM people come to attack me. Yesterday evening, some lies come on because he said the people of Tobago is foolish. He think he was lying to us by saying some kind of technician problems he having. But the word on the ground after that scene take place to me, and I hear that Penny Beckers stand her ground. I hear she cuss behind the scene. I hear she put down she foot. I hear she want to know who is the real opposition leader. I hear what's bacchanal. I hear the Tobago Council. The Tobago Council was mad and angry. They want to know if Dr. Rowdy come to sell out the election to Fari. They say after this man see he retire and he go on, what conversation he's coming to talk to the people of Tobago? After 9 years, he coming back again with the same conversation. They was rejected here and said, Denzel started to cry. He do not know what to do. He do not know if to listen to Penny. He do not know if to listen to Dr. Rowdy. And said Denzel was in problems. He went yesterday, after all, to tell the little small members of the PNM, hold faith, go home, don't worry yourself, because nobody else went there now. Only about 5 PNM people when they and the I not know defending the PNM, but how could you go over there? You know what people, the people of the people reject you, not once, not twice. This is why you come down Christ in the Martin and fight us, because when you went up, are we born, are we killed? They did not support you. You lost your deposit for fighting a seat in Tobago. from since 1962, because people know how Tobago people know how ignorant it is, and the history of you, of a learner, a teacher. They know the history. They know the behavior of a raging bull. They know the behavior of a man who out of control. They wasn't going to support you yesterday there. So he was embarrassed. He was shivered because you said you retire. They're going to relax. That was his words with his wife. He ain't seen Dr. Lodi wife nowhere next to him, you know. Nowhere next to him. And I want to say this, if you come in the political arena, you're entitled to bleed. And then you ain't people say things the man go. No, he ain't going. He's still in the face. Every Monday morning, he want to keep a press conference. Every Monday morning. And I wasn't talking about him. The second thing, don't speak about him. The PNM people saying that. I said, no, this man keeping a press conference every Monday morning. So why do you want to go to Tobago? To plot. And you know something? I want again. You see, and I will never sort my source. The Constitution protect me. It protects me by people giving me who they know I am the voice of the ground. The grassroots voice on the ground. The grassroots journalists of this country. The grassroots reporters. The king of the airwaves. The king of the airwaves. I will never give my source. I will never give my source. If you get my phone, you can see much information I have in my phone. But I will never give my sources. All kind of numbers, to prime minister, to opposition, all kind of people. You will see, everybody, they say that Anson Denzel, when they're in shame, embarrassed, they did not know what to do, what he's going to say, if he's going to make the campaign more powerful, or he is going to loosen it, the campaign for the PNM. So they reject him. They cuss the Tobago Council. They called Penny, and this is what they was telling me. Tobago PNM people. Remember, I was a member of the PNM, you know? And I still have friends who would call me now and then, and who I would call now and then. Still have friends in the PNM. I was a PNM. I born a PNM, but I didn't die a PNM. Let me tell you a story before I leave. There's a house in my family, and that house is a PNM house. You can go by my aunt, my grandmother's house. You can go by my aunt and talk about the political party up to this day. Because I'm born up PNM, I'm from Lavantil, I'm from Portland South. I go up in a PNM community. I can remember there's nobody, I couldn't wear a COP jersey in Lavantil. I can remember when nobody couldn't wear a UNC jersey in Lavantil. I could wear a UNC jersey in Lavantil. I can remember that, when that was taking place. And they have Eric Williams up on the wall. There are Chambers. There are Manning. There are all the prime minister in that PNM house. I wouldn't go there again. I will never go there again. That PNM house, my family house. They went and take a picture in 2015 and put up a picture of Dr. Rowley. I went there, check my aunt, and I saw the picture on the wall. I pull it down and I mash it up. I mash up that picture in that PNM house. And I will never go back there because the door went back there. The door went back in the house. They put up a picture with Dr. Rowley in that PNM house. I say, he not honorable. He don't have the class to go up against the chief main sounder of the party. He couldn't go up there. So I have friends in the PNM. I continue having friends in the PNM. If you hear them like balance, Kingsley wrote this, Kingsley wrote that, Kingsley, I don't know, far from the truth. Oh, you know what, Gildy? Went on PNM propaganda, PNM, you say, I stand firm with the government of Trinidad and Tobago. I stand firm with the Prime Minister that promises made, promises keep. The children Hoover Hospital is reopened once again for the children of Trinidad and Tobago. They can be from Lavender to Cova to Diego Martin, to Silat, to Silat to Barport, to Barport to Arima 2.14. Once you are children of Trinidad and Tobago, you have a children hospital. We're fully equipped to do many surgery. What children we don't have to pay all this set of money to leave my country and to go over in the states and do operation. We have a children hospital finally complete. Once again, reopened for the children. It was a proud moment to see the children up there celebrating what is going to be a legacy all over again for the children, that our children to come. We know that Kamala Prasad Misasa, the mother of Trinidad and Tobago, reopened the Chester Hospital. I want to thank you very much, my brother, for exposing the TNM lies, exposing Dr. Rowley, and trying to undermine Penny Beckers as the political leader, and there's going to fight hard in the next internal election because they're saying Penny weak. They're saying Penny is not able. They're going to try hard to throw out Penny once again. They're going to undermine Foster Cummins. They're going to undermine A.B. Brown. Faris Ari, who stand with Penny before, and say no, Penny is an African lady. Imagine that the Africans in the PNM sell all their own people for a Chinese man. With somebody who bloodline, who ancestors and them mixed with Indian and Chinese. They sell out a black lady, an African lady, a decent, classy lady. The African PNM people sell she out. Because you know why? Dr. Rowley paints Stott Young in a black paint. He paints Stott Young black because you know, Baka, once you is an Indian and you go to the PNM, you know you're black. Once you is a Chinese man and you go to the PNM, you're black. There's only what shares as an Indian if you're in the UNC. There's only what shares as a white man if you see. But once you is a white man like in Brit, them Africans seen as Irish kid man, and they believe that in Brit black. They believe that Roland Senan was a black man. They believe that Faris is a black man. That's all PNM people that think, you know. I wake up from that dream, you know. And I want to say this, 90% of the PNM people in this country, because, and thank God I'm not a PNM, they are paying rent. If every time you know a PNM, they either are paying rent, they work in URP, 10 days, they work in secret. That is the history of PNM supporters. But when I watch the UNC supporters, there's lawyers, there's doctors, there's engineers, they work in the ministry. I want to be a UNC. Because when you watch the PNM supporters, they work in URP. They work secret. They libel and scandal and call their names. Belittle you. They have, you know, on top of the roof, they have 4 big stones going down the roof. That's PNM supporters. They going out in the yard, in the latrine. That is PNM supporters. I take no apology because I live in it. I know what I said. But you're red and hungry after 10 years. Or you should have been no problem. After 10 years, or you should have been just saying, let me walk back and see how the country run. But Orid has nothing. And the ones who have it, Ronan Senan, Colin Inbert, and all these, and Indar, all of them who go on, their mouth zip, their belly full, and they leave away to Cuss Kingsley on the airwaves, to Cuss Kingsley on Facebook. Or they're black and wicked. I don't like when they see me with it like me.
All right. Interesting one there, Kingsley. I could understand some of what you're saying as well. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Yeah, blessed and I praise him for I give thanks to life. For what I know this is the season that giving and sharing. Some gonna joy and some gonna not joy. Because me seeing joy, you know. And I not suffering in silence. I knocking on doors, I go in there. and I just broken promises that I'm holding until 2028. I don't know if I could make it through. As Kingsley said, I grew
Somebody tell you hold until
strong.
2028
I was
KFC,
never
oh God, oh God, oh God.
You can never see no Eric Williams, so no one stuck up in my place. All I see is Bazio Pande, the founder of the UNC. Because my mother is a strong UNC supporter. Donkey yes. So they treat me like I still have PNM. And I live in a PNM stronghold anymore. I live in a UNC stronghold. I'm reaching out and doing the right thing. I seen this one getting that, this one getting that. I'm glad for everybody. That's my simple thing. I don't pass through all legal challenges. Right now, my pot turned down making cobweb. So I'll hold on until 2028 by 4, by.
I doubt somebody tell you 2028.
Yeah, that would tell me. And it has certain activists reaching out to me and talking to me. They work so hard with certain ministers and they neglecting them. Our old ring down PNM minister. He was campaigning with Forster coming out the finance minister. He forgetting all the UNC supporters and activists and only bringing in all the PNM people and them. If that people come out and they're afraid to talk, all of them singing for the supper, all of them eating, drinking. And when a man come and talk, they're vexing and they're screaming, causing senator ministers for their own benefit. Ice KFC. I get victim for the last 9 years and I stay there. God bless me with a roof over my head. For my train and them, I go there and fight. All 4, 3 in the morning and the right person here, I cry. That's why I wanted, I tell my wife that last year. I said, baby, I'm going to assure we get to my place. Before the Christmas and put them, go there, I cry and get our place. Right now, I mean seeing nothing here. I mean seeing joy. And I'm going out and doing the right thing. And it's like that broken deaf again by 4 by. So all who listening, let's scream and send to the ministers and them. And I know KFC that man, don't get paid to talk, I come in and talk my mind. Who vex lost? 4 bless. I love to and listen.
All right, blessings. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Ford. How are you, sir?
I did not too bad, man. And you?
Yeah, man, by the grace of Almighty God. You know, Mr. Ford, my heart does really go to KFC, boy, because KFC is one of them boys and them in the wilderness crying out and boy. Fire burn the PNM and that was the mantra for about 9 years. Now we party in power. It's salt boy.
KFC is my partner. KFC is my partner, but he does shoot wild. He have his ways as well. But if he is trying to reach out for service for whatever, I know there are times he has been in contact. I hope he get through. I hope that whatever is dealt with. But you know how it goes, right?
Yeah. I'm hoping the unblock him.
Yeah.
And get the brother some help, man.
So
he was really out there, Mr. Ford.
Right.
He demand the enemies and thing out there, standing up for this government.
Right.
And now that is, oh God, boy, salt.
Yeah, but it is it's be challenging dealing with the public sometimes. And I know KFC a bit recently. I've grown to know how he is and deal with him. So sometimes he might be challenging to other people now, and maybe that explains why there may be a severance in communication. But but I'm a brother still. Everybody and anybody I could still try to deal with, but not everybody has that ability to deal with different personalities sometimes, and you're already challenged by other responsibilities. Yeah?
Mr. Ford, I think it's the Bible tell you and great for me since ways worse than witchcraft. Sometimes when I sit down and I listen to men like Kingsley and them pong certain thing and KFC is one of them fellow and them used to come for ham pan thing for Christmas and other. who goes, say, if you could say something good, say something good. Mr. Ford, I go back to a party and if the lost and another party in place, I will prove by the grace of God that if they're doing something good, I will talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm wishing them well. I'm wishing them well. But if somebody did good for you, like the PNM, I see kids we come there for hand pan, total hand pan, all kind of thing under the PNM. I know you're cussing them. If you could say something good, say something good.
Yeah, we just had
my
the
thing this morning.
yeah, no problem. We just
Yes,
have the Royal
concern.
Castle break. If you call back in, I'll let you in. Right? Blessings.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
All right. Take care.
Tío loco, crazy man, canta un calezo. Baila, baila, baila. Vente, baila con nosotros. Ven acá, bring acá. Vente, baila, baila, muchacha. The other day, I went Venezuela and I fall in love with a señorita. Well, I hardly know the lingo, but I really know what she know. So I try out a whole steppo. See me making signal for so and I sing it. Me muchacha, dice mucho bien, dame el amor. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Me muchacha, dice mucho bien, dame el amor. Me mommy rich, me papi rich, me uncle rich, muchacha. Me brother rich, me sister rich, and I drive in motor car. Hey, hey, hey. Vente, baila, baila. ¿Qué espera? Reúnete con nosotros. Bilem, bim, boom, bim. Bilem, bim, boom, bim. Baila, baila. Lam, bam, 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 bilem, bam, boom, bim. Lam, bam, 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 bilem, bam, boom, bim. Bilem, bim, boom, bim. Bilem, bim, boom, bim. Muchacho. Baila, baila, no te quedes. Yeah. Yo puedo hacer lo que quiera, pero canto con amor. Y que digan lo que quieran, soy real de corazón. Canto pa' la niña linda, pa' la mala y pa' la buena. Y cantando esta parranda, yo me siento en Venezuela. Muchacha, dice mucho bien, dame el amor. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Muchacha, dice mucho bien, dame el amor. Mi mami rich, mi papi rich, mi uncle rich, muchacha. Mi brother rich, mi sister rich, and I drive in motor car. Hey, hey, hey. Vente, baila, baila. ¿Qué espera? Reúnete con nosotros. Bilem, bim, boom, bim. Bilem, bim, boom, bim. Baila, baila. Lam, bam, 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 bilem, bam, boom, bim. Lam, bam, 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 bilem, bam, boom, bim. Bilem, bim, boom, bim. Bilem, bim, boom, bim. Muchacho. Baila, baila, no te quedes. Yeah.
Christmas is coming, and we're heading back to TNT for that famous Royal Castle chicken. We just love the Royal Castle family meal with those 12 pieces of tasty chicken, the 6 yummy sides, and that refreshing 2-liter soft drink. It's just perfect for a nice Christmas lime. So if you're hustling and bustling like me, or if you just want some great tasting food, pick up the Royal Castle family meal. Happy holidays from Royal Castle. Ho, 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 ho.
That was your Parang Hit of the Day, powered by the unbeatable taste of Royal Castle.
And we are back. You know, the bills have to pay, right? And there's a real interesting one there by Crazy. I get up to drink a little water off screen, etc. And Crazy, my feet moving, baila, right? Blessings to you, Crazy, as well. A good friend of mine and a friend of everybody. If all you know, Crazy personality, it's crazy good. Welcome again, my brother.
The original, the original boy.
Yeah. He have that
my point
that skill.
Yeah, my point, Mr. Barker, this morning is concerning the taxes. I want to know what you think about the amount of taxes that we heard in Parliament on Friday last, because besides the taxes for people who own vehicles, it have a lot of taxes with that, besides bad driving and all of that. Then you have now the taxing of the gaming industry, the taxing, well, you know, like people who own playway machines and stuff. It's a lot of taxes. Do you think, Mr. Ford, that these things are warranted right now? Is it a way to bring in, their way of bringing in revenue or more revenue in the country? I don't know if it makes sense to you right now, at a point where a lot of people not doing anything and who doing, looking to make something. And then with the added taxes coming now, it seems like as though it will be putting more pressure, especially on the more poor class of people. So I just think it's, from my view, is that it's a bit overdoing, boy. Too much taxes, and people don't finding ways to live already, and that just making it harder with additional taxes.
Yeah, but taxes on things like gaming and roulette and those stuff, that's not taxes that afflict the poor. Although you find people who are of lower income sometimes participating in spending their money in that way as well, whatever little they have. And I would want to discourage people from doing that. Casa does win. Yes, you might win at some point, and that feeling is extremely addictive. And that hope in a wish, in a dream, after you have actually worked hard to achieve something real, and then to bet it, to gamble it, that's something that I would personally discourage. But the casa, the house, those owners of those gambling machines have been making a lot of money, and that is why it would have attracted this greater taxation as well, and maybe as well to discourage to some extent. The underlying reasons would be explained by those legislators as they piloted the bill as well. But of course it is to raise funds as well. And we are faced with that reality. No one, certainly not myself, is saying that we are not in a restricted position economically. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Ford.
Morning.
I heard you mentioned earlier on this morning with respect to the management of those the health assets and whatnot, and public things like pharmaceuticals and whatnot.
Yeah.
And one of the problems in this country here in terms of waste and corruption, the people who are put in charge of those stocks and whatnot, those agencies or units or organizations, I don't know whether they are committed towards doing the best they can.
Yeah.
And sometimes they may be misplaced. And that is the problem. That's a perennial problem, in this country. And the question here is that you have people in charge, whether it's the health minister, whether it's the CEO, whether who it is. Well, they talk about NIB and whatnot being the body responsible for the purchases and whatnot. Well, what is going on there? Because you deny, when you have all this waste, you deny poor people, the people who need care from benefiting. They are made to suffer. They have to go and buy drugs or buy those pharmacies for exorbitant prices. And something has to be done. You don't put people in position because, yes, they support my party. Because some people have their own agenda, Some people have the agenda to put their snout in the trough, That is all they're about. And this time I fed up at this thing in this country. This thing been going on. I live under that. And it's time we move beyond that. This thing is ridiculous. It's overbearing. When would we be able to overcome the endemic corruption and inefficiency poor mismanagement in this country.
Yeah, yeah.
Something else, when people are not performing, there must be a better check. You see this parliamentary select committee, that's a waste of time. Because it's just talk, and the people going back into the old ways. So something has to be done to prevent the waste, to prevent the corruption. And when I talk about places, I mentioned that anytime you go to a government agency, that is I say that, and you realize that the process in terms of getting service is very slow and it's inefficient. Trust me, these things lead to corruption. And why people, I don't know why they can't, you can't tell me you have licensing since OEOO, and you can't fix that, you can't make that efficient. Either the people there don't want to make it efficient because it's beneficial to them. Even if you don't have the people with the skill here, you could get it from abroad. You could go to Europe, you could go to England, you could go to America, you could go to all those countries and see what they're doing, look at best practice to improve the efficiency. Either some people, it is in their interest for the thing not to be run efficiently. And therefore, who suffer? The people in the end, they are the ones who suffer, the poor people, because those people, the rich and powerful, they are able to purchase those things. So it's time we deal with this thing and call out these people and don't put people square peg in wrong hole, people who can't perform, who have no interest in terms of seeing things run properly. Deal with that.
Yeah.
One other thing I want to talk about is this question of this back pay business. And over the weekend I did a little research, nothing a cursory look at the question of bonds and whatnot. Bonds is a payment. It's just like cash. And bonds present advantages. Yes, there may be some disadvantages. Yes. But the fact remains is that when you get paid, it's a payment of your back pay. And this is what we were saying. Not that I heard some trade unionists talking about the constitutional and all this nonsense. It's payment. It's payment, but it takes a different form. And one of the advantages is that if you get bonds, you may get interest on your bonds, depending on how they negotiate it. Apart from the advantages to the public officer, it has advantages to the economy and whatnot. In the sense that if you look at let's deal with the public servant. Yes, he may get interest. He may then, based on how it is negotiated, he can make use of the bonds. It's a saving for him. He could put it there and after 3-4 years, depending on how it is negotiated, he can benefit because it's there. He may be able to use it as collateral, depending again on how it is negotiated by the Public Services Association. And what I'm saying here is this: that practice, that system, that approach has been done previously, and with no upset because people understood. But don't allow the politicians and those minions and surrogates to mislead you. You want information, you could get it. You have the technology. You said go and find out what is the benefit to you. And in fact, I want to deal with the country now. The fact remains that it saves the government from expending too much money into the economy because you have bonds, and they could spread it over by bonds. It means they could spread the expenditure over a few number of years, right? Instead of putting all this money into the economy, and we know the impact of inflation, right, and how it would impact you, the people of this country. Right? So it means that it gives them that kind of financial impact of that injection of that $303 billion is spread over a number of years. So the fact is, let the people negotiate the whole thing. It's worked well. It's worked well in other countries. It worked here well in the past, and it's going to work well again. But don't allow those politicians running all over the place, creating propaganda, and trying to incite and that is that rile up the people, rouse the people into rejecting or demonizing the payment. It is a payment just like cash. You have payment. It's just a different form of payment, and you stand to benefit from it how it is negotiated. So people have no fear and don't let those I call them busybodies try to confuse you over time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much as well. And it would do us well to try to understand, of course, what bonds are as well. It's a promissory note to be paid at a certain point in time with interest, because it is a delayed payment. Is not spendable right now. Sometimes you have to if you need immediate liquidity, cash to spend right now, you would have to trade it for cash, sell it at that point in time, far away from the maturity date in which it becomes liquidity, which you can cash it out. You would not get the exact value, you would get a little less than the value, because it is future money, future liquidity. And governments can issue them. It is a tool that is very, very helpful as well. It is like a slow release into the society of funds. It is a slow release because it's not immediate. You know that it will only become liquid in whatever time period that it is issued for, right? And it has its benefits, of course. You get more than just the dollar in the future, so it can be useful for those people who intend to save as well. But I understand also that some people may want whatever cash as well to be able to utilize it now. And those deliberations will be taking place. Again, I hope and I believe that there's a climate of trust, greater trust, and mutual respect with this administration that was not existent before. And therefore, coming to compromises should be easier. No one within the society should reach to positions that will be detrimental for all of us, including themselves. If we sink Trinidad and Tobago, it is not that you will float alone. And too often, that is the perspective that dominates the minds of individuals in our country. And that is why we sink. And I draw you to the illustration that many of us may have seen on social media, where 4 people are on a boat and 2 at an end, and there's a hole on that end, and 2 on the opposite end of the boat. And the 2 on the opposite end of the boat looking at those who are on the end where the hole is, struggling to bail out water. And they are happy because in their minds they're safe. But it is one boat. And everybody is going to go down. We must have a certain level of maturity. And likewise, for those people who have benefited tremendously from Trinidad and Tobago, give back. Don't be so hesitant to pay your taxes, to pay increases to your workers, to ease up the interest rates on the banks which you now own. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Hey, welcome morning, Highway.
Hi there, man. Hi there. Not too bad. Welcome.
You hear everybody talk about 10%, 4%, and people want to back paying, right? But, like, what were people who pay the tax refund, right? And we still pay the tax, file the tax. And we still
the refund. Yeah.
And the thing about it, what I find unfair with that is money that you already paid up front to the government. And you should not be waiting a whole year to get back your pickings. That money the government has collected up front, and I find this year, the real stick on that. I thought they would have probably paid them before the budget, But like they ain't paying that anyway, the like.
Yeah.
And I find start talking about that because there's money the government got upfront ready, but it's collected from citizens.
Yeah.
That's what
Pressure,
I
pressure,
yeah.
pressure. Yeah, yeah. Pressure. Right? I I don't envy. I telling all you Trinidad and Tobago appreciate the challenge as well. It's nice and easy to run a place full of expectation like Trinidad and Tobago, which has been blessed in the past with booms and etc. It is easy to run with money. But when it becomes challenging economically, it's a whole different thing. And you must lead. Don't make the mistakes. Well, I don't even think they'll make those mistakes. The mistakes of the past, to enrich yourself, to give yourself more, and tell the people to scratch and hold, Don't make that mistake, If there's one critical mistake that Dr. Rowley shouldn't even go to try to talk to people in Tobago right now, in my opinion, respectfully. Maybe other people have different opinions. Maybe I didn't see how many people went, but they say 5 people or whoever who went to his conversation. Maybe they see it differently. But you cannot approach the public of Trinidad and Tobago with an attitude that you can get and you can increase and you can enjoy, and everybody else had to catch the tail. It is not going to be stomached by Trinbagonians. So it is much more appreciated if you reason with people respectfully, if you as well demonstrate true real leadership, that you understand the finances of the country and you share the challenge. Of course, across income levels, different people, because of their economic standing, would feel it differently, and we also need to appreciate that. If you are in public office, don't enjoy extravagance and put it out for the public, even if it is from your private earnings or what you have been blessed with passed on to you. And if you do not have love and care for others, then public office and service is not for you. Go into the private sector, stay there, and let people who have love curtail your capitalistic driven mentality. You need to be managed. You don't need to be unleashed. You need to be managed by individuals who see balance, who see everyone else, who understands that is one boat. And if it have a hole on one side, if it have cracks, everybody going to eventually sink. Yeah, for now you're not going to sink. But it will come to you eventually in a different form or fashion. Maybe it may come in crime. And all that flows from that as well. The opportunity at tourism and that diversity spoiled and squandered through elevated levels of crime due to inequality and a lack of love and care within our society. So it comes back to you. If you leech the populace, it will come back to you. You will not be able to benefit from a pool of skilled, moral, driven individuals. If you leech the society so much that you destroy families and you destroy the stability of a good home by economic greed, crass greed. So be mindful when the Prime Minister says to her ministers, etc., hey, don't play all your getting on like the last set. Don't play all your this and that and one free this and free that and partying and whining and dining too much with the 1%. We have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to actually bring balance and governance for everyone, and therefore those on top of the society who may be exploiting will have and are supposed to rightfully have a bit of an issue with you, unless they curtail their urges and their greed and they buy into a fairer society. And maybe there are some people like that, that have a couple business people like that. But the predominant notion is crass, classless, greed-driven accumulation for self. And more than anything, that is what we need to change. That is what we need to advocate against. And that is what people have also gravitated towards with this new administration. And it is a goal and a perspective. It is an underlying fabric that must be continued. Don't lose your way. And those around you, careful as well. Careful. The trappings, the flights and the blue lights. I don't find it as some black vans just be overdoing it with a blue light and the whatever. And some of it might be true, what KFC saying. Some people, right? Yes, it may be painful sometimes to deal with the public, and you have your private life and all of that as well, but that is your responsibility. Do it with grace. All right, so blessings to everyone. We, at that time, and the bills, of course, have to pay us a long list of ads to run as well. All right, so we'll be back, God willing, tomorrow. Love to everyone who have, shared this time with me and with the rest of the 91.9 family. And God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. All right, take care. Blessings.
Invited to join Pastor Morris Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in Sangre Grande, for the All the Time Gospel Hour Family Radio Ministry every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and on Friday evenings from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. All night prayer live on the Street 919 FM, designed with you in mind. This program deals with today's issues from a biblical